In Louisiana, Bowling Green, this is Eagle 102, broadcasting 24/7, 365. KJFM Radio, Eagle 102. Area high school softball is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM Radio app. Now to the diamond for high school softball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
And good afternoon and welcome to high school softball on Eagle 102. Mark Tronick, Maddie Ingram here at Silex. Tonight an EMO matchup for senior night for Silex as the Lady Owls welcome in the Van Far Lady Indians. And Maddie, we had some showers here at the ballpark.
We have.
Intermittent as we worked our way up till broadcast time. But right now, it's dry and we're ready for softball.
Mother Nature's being nice right now. She's had her sunshine out at every time that it's rained, but we just need the rain to stay away to get this one in this afternoon.
We got a rainbow coming, that's for sure, here at Silex as the Lady Owls get ready to take on the Van Far Lady Indians, and we'll talk about it when we start the pregame show for you next on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports, brought to you by Bibb Veach and Collier Funeral Homes and Kayla Caldwell, certified financial planner with Edward Jones.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
It's time to visit Hayden's Motorsports Center in Frankfort. Time to ride with Honda and Polaris ATVs, side-by-sides, and motorcycles. Time to work with Steel and Husqvarna chainsaws, weed eaters, leaf blowers, and more. Hayden's Motorsports Center, just off Highway 61 North in Frankfort.
This is Tracy Brookshire with Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice. Our agency is currently looking to hire multiple positions: RNs, LPNs, CNAs, physical therapist assistants, and breastfeeding peer counselor, all from full-time to part-time to contracted. Please visit our website at www.pikecountyhealth.org for more information and to apply online.
Pike County Title Company has been serving Pike County, Missouri and the surrounding area with a proud tradition of excellence since 1893, providing outstanding service and a smooth real estate transaction, and now with 2 locations, Bowling Green off Church Street and now in Louisiana off 4th Street. Pike County Title Company.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Getting ready for Silex and Van Far. Silex has been hanging around the 500 mark most of the season. Van Far in a rebuild this year, kind of starting over, just a couple of wins. We know how that is, starting from scratch, new coach, new players. But Silex, I just, when you see them, they look like they should be way above that 500 mark. What's going on with them?
So it seems like there's just a fluke inning, and it may be at the beginning or at the end of the game, and that's kind of where those games have been lost. So whenever other teams are getting out to a lead, it almost feels like they're not playing softball to the best of their ability in a way where they're not playing as freely. That pressure is on them, and then they start making decisions a little bit differently than maybe if they got out to that lead and that jump. So I think that comes with some experience. You do have some younger people who are leading this team currently, but as they continue to develop, I think they'll only get better as the season goes on.
Yeah, they've got maybe the best middle infield in the EMO conference. They've got a pretty good center fielder. They've got good pitching. They've got girls up and down the lineup that can get a hit. It's just, like you said, that one inning that seems to be the trouble spot.
And that pressure, it's different how people respond to it. You either respond to it in a way that's like, okay, I'm going to come out here, I'm going to get the the lead here, and I'm going to take advantage of every opportunity. But sometimes it just changes the way that you take your approach at the plate, maybe the way that you're fielding a ground ball, and you put yourself in a position where you're setting yourself up for error, almost trying to play perfect.
Yeah, Van Far has some players starting behind the plate with their catcher, Carmen Wilburn. Caitlin Sutton has been in the lineup for a long time. It's just a matter of filling out 9 spots and trying to find a girl that probably doesn't have the varsity experience to get in there and make a contribution.
Yeah, and I think that it all starts in the pitcher circle, and if you have a pitcher that can be dominant or get you out of some of those tough situations, and that's something that they're kind of struggling with this year, losing Delana Gay, who had some of that varsity experience that she was going to be able to bring back, and she also was a big piece of their lineup as well. So when you're missing some big pieces, you graduate people, all of that plays into effect whenever you're putting 9 people out on the field and in your lineup every day.
It's the Lady Owls and the Lady Indians. Silex against Van Far from Silex High School. We'll check our keys to the game for you next on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports, brought to you by MASH, Pike County Glass, and Hayden's Motorsports Center.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Lynn's Heritage House isn't your average senior living facility. At Lynn's, residents have an abundance of social and recreational activities, including trips to the Twin Pike Family YMCA, numerous craft projects, and even the occasional day trip around Pike County. As a resident, you can enjoy the same independent lifestyle you've always enjoyed, but with the peace of mind knowing that help is available when needed. For more information, visit Lynn's Heritage House, 800 Kelly Lane in Louisiana, or online at lynsheritage.com.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Another sports season is upon us, and Knight Equipment in Bowling Green would like to wish the best of luck to all area athletes, on and off the field, serving Bowling Green and the surrounding areas since 1945.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM, sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
I think it's pretty simple for Silex. They can't underestimate Van Far. They can't get too caught up in the senior night festivities. They've got to play the type of softball we expect out of Silex.
Yeah, and I think that it's really important to take everybody seriously, especially as you're preparing for districts. Van Far is a team that you could see in districts, and so taking everything away from this is somebody that you could see in the postseason, so you want to make sure that you're getting out there and learning about this team and performing to the best of your ability.
For Van Far, they're going to have to play as perfect as they can play, or this could be a quick game.
Yeah, and I know that they've struggled all year. They've had a couple of wins where they've been able to put some things together. They're going to have to put it together today and play defense behind Reeve Woodall, and that's going to be their key to making this game go the full 7.
Those are our keys to the game. Starting lineups are coming up on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports, brought to you by J. Roberts Jewelry, Pike County Title Company, and Gambino's Eatery.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products found in the local concession stands. including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. If you are wanting something other than soda, enjoy Bubbler, Klarbrunn Water, Lipton Teas, Gatorade, and more. Pepsi Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
The lineups being introduced on the field. We'll introduce them to you now. The Van Far Lady Indians are coached by Shaylin Bailey, assisted by Carolyn James, and they'll lead it off with the second baseman, number 11, Kayla Heaton. Then the catcher, number 8, Carmen Wilburn. Shortstop in the 3 spot, number 10, Miley Keller. And the center fielder in the cleanup spot, number 18, Caitlin Sutton. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 29, Trinity Squirts. Then the pitcher, number 22, Reeve Woodall. Designated player bats seventh, number 40, Caitlin Hutchison. Then the first baseman, number 41, Elliot Utterback. Batting ninth is the third baseman, number 5, Kenya Jones. And the flex player is in right field, number 32, Ayla Campeter. For the Silex Lady Owls, they're coached by Rebecca Prowley and assisted by Sabrina O'Hare. They'll lead it off with the center fielder, number 10, Sarah Weatherford. Then the catcher, number 17, Carrington Morris. Shortstop in the 3 spot, number 2, Abigail Mooney. Then the first baseman in the cleanup spot, number 1, Austin Van Horn. Left fielder bats fifth. That's number 5, Haley Grunewald. Then the pitcher, number 12, Carly Ellis, making her debut, I believe, this season. Then the third baseman, number 22, Maddie Isom. Second baseman bats eighth. That's number 8, Kenzie James, and the right fielder bats ninth, number 13, Rylan Jensen. Those are your starting lineups, getting ready for the national anthem here in the ballpark. So we'll take a break, too, come back with softball after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports, brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Bill Allen Auction Services, and Knight Equipment Company.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
Eagle's Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast in Louisiana is back, now operating under new ownership. The Eagle's Nest Inn B&B is happy to once again provide a charming and inviting lodging experience for your family, friends, and business guests. For reservations, visit eaglesnestinbb.com or call 573-725-5108. Looking forward to serving you. The Eagle's Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast, Louisiana.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
On your way to cheer on your local teams, make Wood Smoked Meats your first stop to stock up on all your favorites. Pork burgers, brats, steaks, and more. Wood Smoked Meats, Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green. Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, State Farm Agents, Pepsi, and Ackles Farm Market.
Let's set the defense for the Silex Lady Owls ahead of the top of the first inning. Across the outfield, it's Haley Grunewald in left, Sarah Weatherford in center, Rylan Jensen is in right, Maddie Isom, the third baseman, Abigail Mooney, the shortstop, Kenzie James at second, and Austin Van Horn at first. Carrington Morris behind the plate, great name, and Carly Ellis warming up in the center circle for the Silex Lady Owls.
They've already shared a few tears of happiness/sadness. I couldn't really tell. I think excited for Carly Ellis as she tore her ACL prior to this season. She's had surgery, so it's been a pretty big comeback for her, and to see her in the circle today and then the lineup is big for the Silex Lady Owls.
We've got Captain America right in front of us.
It's a really cute Captain America.
Yeah. And I like his haircut. It's very much like mine. So the players are ready. They play some favorites from Greece.
Yeah.
Leading up to
Olivia Newton-John's birthday today, or would have been.
Yeah, would have been. And the first pitch is a strike. And we're underway here at Silex. All right. And that'll be it, I believe, for Ellis. So senior night, she threw one pitch, and I believe that'll be it, and she'll come out of the ball game. And Rylan Jensen will take over.
An emotional moment for Carly, who's obviously worked so hard to get back in that circle and just perform on senior night. And so she's been a big part of the Silex Lady Owls lineup over the last few years and spent some time in the circle. And so obviously tough to tear your ACL before the season, but made that comeback tonight. She had to toss the ball back out to the center circle.
Yeah, you don't get to keep it. And it's who did come in?
I believe
was that
Faith Griffith? Oh, excuse me. That is Olivia Mailer.
Okay, so
Olivia Mailer.
Mailer gets a start, or technically in relief.
Yeah.
I believe the second pitch was a ball, and this one is popped up. It's a fair ball, and now it is foul. Is it fair or foul? Called foul by the base umpire, I believe. One and one, the count. It should be 1-2.
So the stat line for Carly Ellis,
that was the
one
third
strike.
Pitch, yeah. Up high, 2-2. You can't be 2-1 a home plate umpire. Just saying.
First one didn't count as where he's at, maybe.
Swing and a miss. Now they say 2-2. That's interesting if they do that.
Yeah. Were they taking all the way, I'm assuming? Maybe both sides knew what was going on?
Yeah. Bounces it in. The count goes full.
Kind of like the 200th start for Wainwright and Molina last season when they were taking all the way, right?
That counted.
It did count. Taking all the way, though, both sides.
So, Heaton swings and misses. And the first strikeout of the afternoon recorded by Olivia Mailer.
Good mix of pitches, and coming into this ball game, you had to be prepared, but still it's a little bit differently than going out there getting your warm-up tosses. And
that'll bring in Carmen Wilburn, and she takes a ball high. Pretty good pitch to start off the at-bat from Mailer. Some light rain is falling through the sun. 2-0.
Where's our rainbow? We need it.
Is it behind us? I don't want to look to my right because it's really bright.
Far too bright. It's basically just white.
3-0, the count to Wilburn. So she went full with Heaton. Now Wilburn ahead in the count 3-0, and a strike called. Three balls, one strike. And that one is high and away, and it's a walk. So a strikeout and a walk. First base runner for Van Far this afternoon.
And both hitters that have found their way to the plate, Heaton and Wilburn, they've seen a lot of balls at the top of the zone from Mailer. Something to take note of if you're on the Van Far bench.
That one drifts outside for ball one to Miley Keller. I'm guessing she's Devin's little sister?
Everything about what she's doing right now says you are Devin Keller small.
Yeah, that one. Called a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Runner at first, one out. And this one is grounded slowly to the third baseman. They get the out at second, and that's all they'll get.
So that
lead
force
runner
play
retired.
Isom with a really good job. Her movement was taking her towards that side of the field, and she was able to turn, get the play at second base.
So a fielder's choice, 5-4 on the put out at second. And the first pitch in for a strike to Caitlin Sutton.
Did you hear the banter behind
I
us?
did not. That went up high, 1-1.
They asked Carly Ellis's family member, is that the fastest she's ever been pulled?
Quick hook from Rebecca Prowley today as this one's back to the pitcher. Mailer up with it, throw to first, and Van Far strands a runner in the top of the first inning. No score. Silex coming up in the bottom half on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports, brought to you by Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic, the Mercantile Bank, and Pepsi.
On every journey, you should enjoy peace of mind. I'm Corey Buchanan. At Pike County Mutual Insurance Company, we take pride in keeping you protected. That's why we offer discounts for good students, safe driving, and more. Trust us to look out for the road ahead. For a free insurance quote on your home, auto, farm, or ATV needs, give myself or
Shelley Clucky
a call today. Pike County Mutual Insurance Company, on the square in Bowling Green.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM, brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, County Market in Louisiana, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
To the bottom of the first we go, no score. Trinity Squirts is the left fielder for Van Far. Caitlin Sutton is the center fielder, and Ayla Campeter is in right. Around the infield, Kenya Jones is at third, Smiley Keller at short, Kayla Heaton at second base, and Elliot Utterback at first. Carmen Wilburn behind the plate, and Reeve Woodall taking her warm-ups in the center of the circle for Van Far. Wearing the shades is Woodall, as the sun is just off to her left as the throw goes down.
Good toss from Carmen Wilburn. Got a good arm behind the plate.
Yep. That was about three-quarter juice there.
She's just a all-around great athlete. Fun to watch.
Sarah Weatherford will lead things off, and she gets on base. She gets on base a lot.
She's fast. Believe last week when we had Bowling Green and Silex on air, her batting average was sitting around 500 mark.
Yeah. Was that a question, 500 mark, or the 500 mark?
The 500 mark.
Okay, all right. And she got on base, I think, 3 times in that ball game, as that one's taken outside for ball 1. Weatherford, Morris, and Mooney. This one is popped up to the third baseman. Jones under it and makes the catch for the first out.
Tough battling the sun, and she was able to camp out underneath of it. I don't know that she knew exactly where third base was. She was getting pretty close there, and oftentimes we see a stumble, but she navigated that really well, got under to record out number 1.
This one grounded under her glove and into left field. It's a 1-out hit for Morris, and the first hit for either side in the ball game. Was that like a country version of the Friends theme song?
I've never heard it sound like that in the beginning.
Yeah, I think they added a fiddle to I'll Be There For You.
Such a good theme song. It was a good show.
I always get thrown off when they play the second verse because you don't get that on TV. Abigail Mooney, that's her walk-up song this afternoon, and the first pitch to her goes back to the screen. Late jump from the courtesy runner, number 19. I don't have a 19 on my book. Is that a 19?
I think it's 14. I think it's Nikki Carroll.
Okay.
Nikki Carroll out there. This
one is rocketed foul. She jumped on that one. That could have been a home run.
Something I noticed last week, forgot to mention, she has Harrison Bader batting gloves.
She does. We saw those couple pairs on the Pittsfield team as this one's popped up. Will it make the seats off the facade of the Van Far dugout for strike 2?
That ball had a odd spin as it was coming down and hit off of the side of that dugout in a way that it ricocheted right towards Kenya Jones' face.
Who took off her mask right before the inning began, threw it back into the dugout, and every ball has gone her way since.
It's a sign.
Little Ephus pitch there. Goes high, evens the count at 2-2. Inside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And she's trying to mess with the timing, it looks like. Woodall is of the Silex Lady Owls hitters. Swing and a miss. She messed her up just enough, got the K, swung through it.
Moved the ball up, and it had a good spin to it. Reeve Woodall was able to record her first strikeout of the day, and that brings in Austin Van Horn.
So Carroll still at second, running for Morris, and Van Horn, the cleanup hitter, a chance to put Silex ahead. She takes a strike.
Woodall working ahead. Been around the zone today.
Next is up and rise. Ball and a strike. Silex green tops, white pants, black socks. Van Far black tops, white pants, and black socks as well. That one missed. 2-1. And the next is in the dirt. Good block by Wilburn. Keeps Carroll at second with the count to 3-1. So should get something to hit here is Van Horn. 3-1 pitch in the dirt. First walk issued by Woodall.
Both pitchers have issued a walk so far. So we move our way through the first inning.
That'll bring in Haley Grunewald to Footloose.
I think they've changed some of their songs.
I think they have. Maybe a senior night special here, as that one is taken low and in for ball 1.
One of my favorite things about watching Silex play is their speed defensively, even whenever they're on offense and hitting.
2-0.
They are able to cover so much ground.
Mm-hmm.
It's impressive.
Carroll, the runner at second. That one drops low. 3-0. On deck hitter will be the pitcher, Mailer, as that one's inside and the bases are loaded. 4-pitch walk. And it will be Olivia Mailer. Big spot here early, and she takes one up and in for ball 1. A walk is an RBI.
Seemed like Reeve had really settled in and worked well at the top part of the lineup, and seems like things have gone out of the wayside whenever she's not around the zone.
That one bounced in 2-0, and she's going to have to come at Mailer here.
Let your defense work behind you.
That one is rope, but foul down the third base line, down into the corner, 2-1. She was waiting on that, just didn't wait quite long enough.
Everybody was moving. I would say that probably would have cleared the bases at that point.
Would have had a good shot. So 2-1 the count, 2 outs, bases loaded. Mailer digs back in. Woodall has her sign, rears back, and fires, and that one is low and away, 3-1.
Nowhere to put her. Also don't want to give her a mute ball.
Yeah, it's a fine line, isn't it?
It's tough to do.
And that one misses, and it's 1-0 Silex.
So one run has been walked in. Brings in Maddie Isom.
Third consecutive walk. Over to third goes Van Horn. Down to second goes Grunewald, and an RBI for Mailer. Still 2 outs, and the batter, Isom, talks. They're going to have a courtesy runner. Coach Prowley came in and announced that.
Maddie Isom has an interesting route. She is a senior, but she did not play last year.
No.
Was a big part of that team with Taylor Howard.
Mm-hmm.
Silex was a game away from that Final Four trip.
Morgan Kuntz, the courtesy runner, as the count goes to 2-0.
But Maddie Isom decided she was going to come back this year, and she's played third base and been a big part of this team already.
That one high and away, 3-0. Again, the base is loaded. Again, a walk is a run. 3-0 pitch, and that falls low, and that's ball 4. 2-0 Silex. 2 consecutive bases loaded walks. Now 4 have walked in a row after the one-out hit by Morris.
When you're struggling to find the zone, usually there's one of two things that'll happen. Umpire will either squeeze up a little bit on the zone or make it a little bit bigger. But normally if you just keep missing in the same spots, he's not going to be super lenient with you.
First pitch was a ball. Second pitch a ball to Kenzie James, and she's ahead in the count 2-0. Lady Owls lead 2-0. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The next to James is nubbed foul down the third base line. 2-1.
Just looking for something to hit there. Got out in front of it. 2-1.
Kind of hit the top of the ball, hit over it a little bit, drove it into the ground foul. That one is a ground ball pitch, 3-1.
At this point, as a coach or even as the catcher, and she does, Carmen Milburn's going to go talk to Reeve Woodall, but that many walks in a row, that just becomes problematic, and somebody needs to talk to the pitcher.
5 in a row. Still 2 outs. So you're always just an out away from getting out of this jam. But Silex a hit away from busting it open here in the bottom of the first inning.
And I wouldn't say that the contact that has been made has been anything hard, so just give your defense that opportunity to make the plays behind you, find the strike zone here.
And the pitch to Jensen is high for ball 1. After every pitch, everyone's looking over toward that Van Far dugout. This one goes back to the screenplay at the plate, and she's safe. In to score, and everyone advances. Now they're going to throw it away and score another run. So 2 come in on 2 errors. As first across the plate was Morgan Kuntz, and then Maddie Isom came in behind her. So wild pitch and then an error on the catcher.
Oh, that was Reeve Woodall. Sorry. Error on the pitcher.
Well, it was a wild pitch first.
And then she threw the ball to third.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's right. She got the return.
She threw it from her knees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another walk to Jensen. And there's runners on the corners. And back to the top of the order we go for Ryland Jensen. As she'll take second, Jensen does, as the pitch was low for ball 1. This one grounded up the middle, and that's a base hit. It's going to score 2 as Weatherford, her second at bat of the inning, makes it 7-0.
Able to split that gap, did exactly what she does well, and just finds the holes on the infield, and so able to drive in 2, and she picks up a single herself.
And that'll bring in Morris again. Morris already has a hit, and her courtesy runner came across. Her hit was past third as the runner goes. Throwdown is off to the third base side of second, a stolen base for Weatherford.
Good pop time, though, from Carmen Wilburn, and not a bad throw, just wrong side of the bag. I think it had honestly beat Grindelwald there, just wrong place.
That one fouled down the third base line. Count goes to 1-1 to Carrington Morris. Abigail Mooney on deck. Weatherford the runner at second after the stolen base. And the next from Woodall is in the dirt. Gets away, a step away, but still taking third is Weatherford.
She has a nice pop-up slide.
Yes, she does. I'm going to call that a stolen base as well. As close as it was to the catcher.
That was a good read.
This one is hit toward the gap. Moving over on it is Sutton, and she makes the catch over her head to end the inning. But Silex, all with 2 outs, scores 7 as the walks kept coming. We get to the second. The Lady Owls lead the Van Far Lady Indians 7-0 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports, brought to you by Ackles Farm Market, Lacrosse Lumber, and Meyer Implement Company.
With 14 stores across Missouri and Illinois, Lacrosse Lumber Company provides lumber, quality products, and service to homeowners, builders, DIYers, and more. With some of the top brand names in the business available, Lacrosse Lumber has what you need for your next project. Stop into any location for a free estimate before you start your next build. Lacrosse Lumber Company, the oldest, most reliable lumber and hardware company in the Midwest since 1873.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock Agent, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It'll be Squirts to lead things off. Woodall and then Hutchison here in the top of the second inning for Van Far as they trail Silex 7-0. 7 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left.
Giving themselves a little bit of cushion to start this ball game, and always what you want on senior night.
Trinity Squirts, the left fielder, leads things off, and the first pitch to her from Mailer is outside for ball 1.
I'm sure that as a hitter, it's probably kind of tough to see that release point from Mailer.
This one is hit to the second baseman as James gets it on 1 hop, throws it to Van Horn. 4-3 on the putout, and Squirts is retired. That'll bring in Reeve Woodall, the pitcher.
Mailer kind of lands and then finishes with her arm and her hip after her release, and so it really disguises where that ball is coming from, which makes it hard to get your timing down.
That one misses the corner for ball 1 to Woodall. Pitcher against pitcher. Little different approach to this start, pseudo start for Mailer. That one's fouled back to the screen 1-1 as she actually had to come out of the dugout after the game began. It's Carly Ellis, the senior, made a pitch and then was lifted. Swing and a miss. Went off speed and had Woodall way out in front.
Really good spin and break to that pitch as well.
7-0 Silex, top of the second inning. And that one is rip foul past the coach, Shaylin Bailey. Still 1-2. Hutchison on deck.
Coach Bailey played at Clopton High School.
And that one bounces in. 2-2. To Reeve Woodall. Good crowd here for senior night, and this one is lifted behind second. Coming in and making the catch is the right fielder, Ryland Jensen. She ran a long way as that ball hung up there for a while.
It seemed like everybody was breaking for that. Weatherford in center, Kinsey James at second, and Jensen in right field. And so I don't think that there is a no man's land whenever it comes to some Silex defense as quickly as they move. But good job by Jensen to call everybody off and snag that one in right.
So 2 down. Brings in Hutchison, and she takes the ball outside. Van Far looking for their first hit. They've had one base runner, a walk to Wilburn. She was erased on a fielder's choice. This one is fouled. 1-1. So technically 2 base runners, but they haven't gotten anyone past first base. One ball, one strike.
There's lots of movement in the outfield.
Yes, there is. Swing and a miss. And in the hole now is Kaylin Hutchinson.
Like kickball or something?
Yeah, they had football going on last time we were here. Tonight it looks like maybe some kickball, and this one is fouled. Still 1-2. Mailer been a lot more efficient this inning.
Yeah. And like I said, if you come into an inning, even if it was just one pitch, you're not getting settled in the same way, so sometimes that anchors you.
Ooh, that one bounces in 2-2. We didn't have enough rain to even dampen the field, so you can't blame that pitch on field conditions, as that one drops low and in, and the count goes full.
The ball was wet. What are you talking about?
Sure it was. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the base is empty. The pitch hits the outside corner for strike 3.
That was the lead call.
Yeah. Second strikeout recorded by Mailer. 1, 2, 3 go the Lady Indians here in the top of the second inning. Silex coming up, leading Van Far 7-0 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports, brought to you by All Parts, Eagle's Nest Inn, Bed and Breakfast, and Sun Window Company.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
When everything changes for you, call me, Ashley Jenkins.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
Bottom of the second inning. Silex, it'll be the 3-4-5 hitters. Abigail Mooney, Austin Van Horn, Haley Grunewald. If anyone gets on, Olivia Mailer will bat. And yes, live back at the station. This is Olivia, not Olivia. If you were wondering. If you're scoring at home.
Starts with an A.
Yeah. The home plate umpire is visiting both dugouts.
I'm wondering what changed. Oh, there's somebody in the on-deck circle. Let's see here.
Kylie Twellman.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the going to be the. I'm not sure why it's such a delay, especially when she hasn't gotten up yet.
I don't know. So she's coming in for Austin Van Horn?
Maybe for one at bat.
Maybe. Maybe that's why they're having lots of conversation about it.
Yeah. Yeah, because the home plate umpire is actually in the Van Far dugout now. Now he finishes up what he's doing, and Mooney will bat here for the second time. She was a strikeout victim her first time up. Really got fooled by the change in speed.
Went upstairs and crossed her up a little bit.
And she takes one low to start at bat number 2.
Mooney is a player that makes adjustments. It's been nice to watch her grow into the athlete that she is over the last 4 years.
2-0 as she takes a ball. The next, low and in again, 3-0. That's where she's missed all 3 pitches. Three balls, no strikes. And that one goes up high. A little overcompensation. Walk. Puts the leadoff batter on. And we'll bring in Kylie Twellman.
That is the 7th walk that has been issued, and we just started our second inning here.
And that one gets away, a ball, and the runner goes down to second.
Wilburn was set up to the outside, but just as in the at-bat prior, Woodall was on that inside corner of the plate, kind of rolling it in, so going to have to get that ball up.
That one called a strike. Just caught the bottom of the zone to even things up at 1-1. So Twellman digs back in, a 1-1 count, and takes the ball up high. She was wanting to pull the trigger on that one. 2-1. 7-0 Silex here in the bottom of the second inning. Leadoff batter in scoring position. A walk and a advanced on a wild pitch, and that one fouled back to the screen. 2-2. Player pretty straight away. Infield and outfield. Outfield a little deep.
No doubles defense.
This one is behind third, but foul. That was very close to an RBI for Twellman. Count stays 2-2. Didn't quite square it up. If it would have been fair, it would have been a lot of trouble. Just a little blooper behind third. Another 2-2, and that one is roped foul. In between the third baseman and third base coach.
Silex having a little bit of trouble turning on that inside pitch, and you can see that they're getting it off that inside part of their bat rather than the barrel. Going to have to turn a little bit quicker and get that foot down a little bit earlier as their timing seems to be off.
Another 2-2.
Change up.
Yeah, she completely shifted her feet mid-swing.
I think if I'm Woodall, I'm doing it again.
Yeah. Take a step back in the box, like toward the third base dugout.
Yeah.
Up high, and the count goes full. Because when she's missed either higher away or inside and low. And this one grounded under the pitcher's glove and into center field. That'll be an RBI for Twellman. In to score is Mooney, and it's 8-0.
I think she did exactly what you just said. It seemed like she backed off the plate just enough that that pitch on the inside, she was able to drive right back up the middle where it came from. And it was over the meat of the plate just a little bit more than the last few, but it was inside, so able to turn on that for the single.
And snuck it under Woodall's glove as that ball is called a strike on the inside corner to Grunewald. She walked and scored her first time up and gets hit by a pitch this time. Down to second goes Twellman. And it'll be Olivia Mailer, who has an RBI walk and a run scored, or a courtesy runner came by. That one high and away. Nice job by Wilburn to go up and get that. Ball one. Nobody out. A run in for Silex. They lead 8-0 as that one drops low and in 2-0.
Seems like Woodall works quick once she gets to the mound, but she takes her time in between pitches, almost like she's not giving herself enough time to prepare for what she's going to do. Oh, she tosses back down to second base.
Yeah, almost got Twellman napping there. It's 3-0.
Not often that you see that.
Nope. And the bases are loaded as that one falls low and in to Mailer. Second time she's walked. And we're going to have another pinch hitter. That looks like number 21, Macy Mooney. Is it 21 or 22?
21.
There she is.
So she comes in place of Maddie Isom.
Silex trying to make this as fair a game as possible.
Looks like in the on-deck circle, it's Nikki Carroll.
That called a strike inside. And that's your 8-0 strike zone there. This one is grounded to the third baseman. She'll step on the bag, then throw home. Run comes in. That's the first down.
Oh, overrunning the bag. And
yeah, she was out. Yeah, she was already out. She was forced out.
Yeah. I was going to say, she was running back. I think maybe Coach Prowley missed it. But, yeah. So she's out.
Yeah, fielder's choice. 5 unassisted. Run comes in to make it 9-0, but there is 1 out. And runners at first and second.
I'd rather see the ball put in play than walks all day long, and Kenya Jones did what she had to do to get that out at third base.
That hit her. And going down to first is Nikki Carroll, and she's not happy about getting hit on a bounce in the foot.
I think she was in there wanting to hit the ball, so that's a couple of hit by pitches as well.
She needs to take some dance lessons.
Get to hopping.
That brings in number 3 for Silex, Sam Gradicke, and she fouls 1 off, 0-1. So everybody's playing this afternoon for Silex. The next to Gradicke is fouled back, 0-2. 9-0 Lady Owls. Bases loaded, 1 out. The next from Woodall is fouled back at us. Still 0-2.
Only maybe a couple of hard hit balls. I think that Woodall really does have Silex crossed up, but they're kind of flat-footed whenever the pitch comes to them.
That one lined to the shortstop, and they'll double off the runner at third base to end the inning. So a line-out double play. Silex scores 2, lead this ball game 9-0 as we head to the third on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports, brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, Brown's Auto Body Services, and Kearns Construction.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service, but did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Ackles Farm Market in New Hartford, Illinois is the place to stop for the freshest fruit. You can find California strawberries, sweet cherries, peaches, and nectarines, plus Texas seedless watermelon. Ackles also has local beef, pork, and honey available. Open every day, 9 to 7. Ackles Farm Market, just off Highway 54, between Louisiana and Pittsfield.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
So, Twelman did stay in the game. She plays first base. And also Kenzie James out of the ball game. Nikki Carroll's going to stay in. And is that all the changes? I know Maddie Isom came back in.
Yeah, it looks like, as you mentioned, James has been replaced by Carroll. Twelman at first base. Abigail Mooney is at shortstop. So it looks like there's been a few changes, but for the most part, all those seniors that started this ball game are still in there besides Carly Ellis.
Yeah. Mailer has looked good. This one back to her. She makes the play. Throws to first. 1 pitch, 1 out. 1-3 on the putout of Elliot Utterback.
Fielded her position well. It was a tough one hopper. Took her time, threw the ball to first base to get the out.
Kenya Jones will be the batter in that 9 spot. Swing and a miss. 0-1 as she went up there chasing high and outside.
She was out in front of that pitch.
Looks like if she gets a hold of it, she could be running for a while. Swing and a miss, 0-2. 1 out, base is empty. And the next. She tried to stick her leg out and get hit by that one, taken for a ball.
She did a little bit of rocking and squatting at the knees.
1-2. This one chopped, foul to the third baseman.
Gonna have to be quick down the line like that. If you get another slow roller, she could have herself a hit.
1-2, 1 out. And the next, grounded to the third baseman again. Big hop, throw across in time. 5-3 on the put out of Jones, and we go back to the top of the order for Kayla Heaton.
Heaton struck out her first at bat. Saw a pitch from Carly Ellis. Then she saw about 5 pitches from Mailer.
And the next is popped up off the screen, 0-1. Very top of the screen. So Van Far rolls over the order.
Next pitch from Mailer. This one's popped high down the third base line. It looks like it's going to drop into foul territory.
0-2.
Hit off the top of the fence and then rolled towards the buses.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Base is empty. Even with the bag at first and third. And a ball in the dirt. 1-2. 9-0. Silex leads Van Far here. Top half of the third inning. Popped up, foul territory, and unable to make the catch is the new first baseman for Silex, Kylie Twellman.
Heaton, her feet just kind of slid out and back towards that third base side whenever she swung the bat off in that pitch from Mailer.
Another 1-2. Low and in, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Similar to that jump back she just did there to avoid getting hit, but she was swinging.
Yeah, that's not a good combo.
No.
The 2-2. This one back to the pitcher. Little trouble with it. Has time. Took a little too much time almost. Called out at first base by maybe a toe length.
Yeah.
9-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. Silex coming up leading Van Far on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports, brought to you by Central State Bank of Illinois, Craig's Truck and Tractor, and Woods Smoked Meats.
When you're looking for a taste of Italy in Pike County, visit Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana, just a block from the riverfront on 3rd and Georgia. Create your own pasta dish. Experience the Gambino family recipe meatballs in a toasted garlic bun. Or enjoy some Italian wine with friends while indulging in cannoli dip with cinnamon sugar chips. Italian-American cuisine that's sure to tantalize your taste buds. Gambino's Eatery, 3rd and Georgia, downtown Louisiana.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Rick Rodhouse, Country Financial Agent, Noah Builders, and Central State Bank of Illinois.
New pitcher for Van Far is Michaela McCurdy. I like saying that. Has a good rhythm to it.
A good pitcher name.
Yeah. And we'll see what she can do against another set of Lady Owls, it looks like.
So there's a couple of changes. It looks like Woodall is at first base. At third base, it is Elliot Utterback. Shortstop still Miley Keller. Second baseman Kayla Heaton. So I think that those changes all come on the infield. Yeah, we're still good there.
The pitcher moved first. Okay.
Yep.
Everything is
so Kenya Jones on the bench.
Yeah, she comes out of the ball game. She got her at bat in last inning, and now Weatherford will get her third at bat of the day. She's 1 for 2. Popped out to Jones at third base to start the game for Silex and takes the ball here in at bat number 3. Had a single, 2 RBIs. This one is fouled at the plate and evens the count at 1-1.
Around the zone, gonna have to get your timing down. Weatherford was out on that front foot and halfway down the line by the time she had connected.
This one pop foul off the top of the screen, 1-2.
When you have a pitcher that is throwing a little bit slower, I think almost everyone's go-to answer is I'll just slow down my swing, and you still want to have that power behind it.
This one grounded to the pitcher. Up with it, McCurdy, and she throws high and
safe
at first base.
His back was turned when he made the call.
Yeah, because he was afraid that it wasn't going to get caught.
That's exactly right.
So an infield hit. And it'll bring in, is it Morris? Nope.
Julia Grody.
Yep. And the runner takes second base, showed bunt. I don't know if it was called a strike, so she didn't pull back.
She did a delay, so I'm assuming he just called it as the strike there. Was up in the zone some.
That one almost dropped in for strike two instead. A 1-1 count to Grody. Where's number 9? That's from the right-hand side, and she laces one over the shortstop and third baseman. They're going to send the runner. Here's the play at the plate, throws up the line, and the runner will take second. It's 10-0.
Not a bad toss from Trinity Squirts in left field, and I think that, you're a little bit quicker in that transition, and that becomes a stronger throw, but you're also going against somebody like Sarah Weatherford, who has the wheels turned on at all times.
So Grody gets herself an RBI, and that one is low on the first pitch to Mooney for ball one. She has struck out and walked. 1 run scored for her in this ball game. The next drops low, 2-0. McCurdy has the ball outside her glove. Now comes set. And that one is roped past the third baseman and into left field. They're going to send the runner again. And there's no throw to home. In to score is Grody. And it's 11-0.
Good shot by Abigail Mooney, who's been definitely trying to get her timing down all day, and it seems like she put it together right there, was able to drive in a run.
And that'll bring in Twelman, the first baseman. She takes one in the dirt. Runner takes second without a slide, without a throw.
I think Silex is just running at all costs. No matter what, they're just going. Challenging Van Far.
This one grounded to the third baseman. Throw comes across, out at first. Runner advances to third. And she waited for the throw to go across. And that's 5-3 on the putout. And the first out here in the bottom of the third inning. Brings in Haley Grunewald, her third at bat today.
She's been hit by a pitch and walked, so a couple of free passes.
This one pop foul and out of play.
I don't know if we can call a hit by a pitch a free pass. They're definitely paying.
Yeah.
Maybe not today.
There is a cost involved. Something tells me today's don't hurt too bad. This one is roped under the glove of the third baseman and into left field. Another run comes in, an RBI for Grunewald. And Silex continues to add on, up 12-0. As Mooney scores, that'll bring in Mailer. Popped up, mile high, shortstop wants it, and making the catch is Keller for the second out.
She was loud and made sure that everybody knew that she was under that pop fly. She wanted it. Good job by Keller.
That'll bring in Carroll. Nope, not Carroll. She took over for Kenzie James, so she's not up.
So
it should be Maddie Isom's spot, right?
Yeah, so or Macy Mooney. But Maddie Isom came back in the ball game, so it should be Maddie.
Yeah, she'll go back to the on-deck circle.
With all those changes, everybody gets a little confused, and good thing they caught it before they sent somebody to the batter's box.
Yeah, because that would have been the third out.
Batting out of order, yep.
And a strike called on the first pitch to Maddie Isom. She has a walk and a fielder's choice. Grounded, foul pass third, 0-2.
I feel like the batting out of order has become less common over the years, but I can't tell you the number of times that happened, whether it be on a high school ball field or during travel ball whenever I was playing.
This one grounded to the shortstop. Keller up with it. Throw across is not in time. Oh, did they call it in time?
They did.
Makeup call. 6-3 on the putout. He missed the one earlier because his back was turned. This one he missed the other way. And we're going to the fourth. It's 12-0. Silex leading Van Far on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports, brought to you by Bibb Veach and Collier Funeral Homes and Kayla Caldwell, certified financial planner with Edward Jones.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. I'm Kayla Caldwell, an Edward Jones financial advisor. I can help you focus on what you can control. Give me a call at 573-560-1001. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It'll be Carmen Wilburn and then Miley Keller and Caitlin Sutton. If anybody gets on, it'll be Trinity Squirts for the Van Far Lady Indians. Silex leads this ball game 12-0 as we get ready to start the top of the fourth inning here at Silex High School. It's senior night.
And everyone has played for Silex.
This one is hit hard to the shortstop, Abigail Mooney. She bobbles it. It's an error. And catches her off guard just a little bit. So Carmen Wilburn finds her way to first base.
Second time she's been on a walk and now an error. And she'll be lifted for a courtesy runner, and that's Ladonia Cranston?
Yes. So she'll be in.
I know I said her first name wrong, but
that's a tough first name.
It snuck up on me.
This one is off the glove of the catcher, and she's going to throw down to second base. Is a late jump by Cranston. She almost had her.
Yep.
She was standing up. She didn't slide, taking second. So a wild pitch and a stolen base. One ball and a big swing there from Keller to even up the count. 1-1. She definitely looks a lot like her sister.
Yeah.
This one just a little high in the zone. A smaller zone for Keller, as she doesn't give the height that many other players on Van Far does. And that one also escapes the zone. 3-1. No outs and a runner at second base for the Indians.
Looks like after the long last half inning, Mailer just maybe a little too amped up.
This one is swung on and fouled back to the screen. 3-2.
She's missing high, but missing hard.
Trying to come back here. Looking to record the first out of the fourth inning. This one fouled back to the screen as well.
A little under that one. The first one she was on, it was rifled right back to the screen.
She's got her timing down. Knows what she's looking for out of the hand of Mailer. 3-2 pitch. This one popped high into center field. Coming in, making the catch at Sarah Weatherford. She ran a long way for that ball.
Called off the second baseman and shortstop and able to squeeze that one, no problem, for out number one.
Runner stays at second base, and that'll bring in a senior, Caitlin Sutton. Sutton bats from the right-hand side.
Grounded back to the pitcher first time up. That was back in the first inning.
And the dirt gets past the catcher, Morris, taking third base. And honestly, they probably had a chance there to throw down as well as quickly as Morris got to that ball, but it's Cranston at third.
Now you got to protect the shutout.
(1-0) to Sutton. Big swing there. 1-1. And it evens things up. Looks like Morris is setting up on that outside corner, which has been effective today for Mailer, but ball's coming back more towards the inside. This one's lined up right the middle, and coming in to score is Cranston. And it's a single for Caitlin Sutton.
First run on the board for Van Far in this ball game. They still trail by 11, but that's a solid hit from Caitlin Sutton right back through the box.
As I was mentioning, the pitch is being called on that outside, and it's just been kind of finding more so the middle part of the plate or the inside. Swinging and missing there was Trinity Squirts to make the count 0-1. So she knew what to expect. She saw that ball fall more towards the middle of the plate and turned on it. This one is low, evening things up at 1-1. Not a bad spot.
Yeah, it was a pretty good pitch.
Sutton has stayed close to home over at first base. This one is fouled. Morris almost made a really cool grab.
Yeah.
Foul ball hit off the bottom of that mat, came right back at her, and she almost had it on the one hop. 1-2. With one out and a runner at first base. Van Far has found their way on the scoreboard. Our score 12-1. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. As Squirts finds her way to the dugout.
Yeah, it wasn't what she was looking for there on 1 and 2, and knew as soon as she swung she was in trouble.
That'll bring in our starting pitcher from today, Reeve Woodall. This one is hit hard to the shortstop, Abigail Mooney. She's going to take it to second base and get the force out there. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth inning. Silex leads Van Far 12-1 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports, brought to you by MASH, Pike County Glass, and Hayden's Motorsports Center.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
A mystery 891 is headed your way.
Yeah, we don't know who's going to hit.
They've changed it up so much on us.
Well, we'll start it off with Nikki Carroll. How about that?
So it'll be Nikki Carroll, and then we'll figure out who's coming in after that once Nikki finds her way on base or finds her way to the dugout.
She got hit by a pitch her first at bat. She batted in that 8 spot for Kenzie James, took over at second base, and was hit by the first pitch, a bouncing first pitch, and she was not happy about it. She wanted to swing the bat, so we'll see if she does that in at-bat number 2.
First one is bounced in to Carroll. As we mentioned, we had that pitching change, Michaela McCurdy. This one is hit sharply to the second baseman. Got it on the one hop, tossed it over to the first baseman, Reeve Woodall, for the out.
Went opposite way with it. Not fooled was the second baseman, and an easy 4-3 put out.
We'll bring in Sam Gradicke.
Her second at bat. Big swing and a miss.
Carmen Wilbur tried to hold on to that one. That one is, swinging out of her shoes.
Yeah, she almost hit the catcher with that one, which would have been interference. But it was such a late swing that Carmen was coming up and was almost standing up behind her.
This one is high, pretty much the same pitch. At least she was disciplined this time, was able to hold back. That was slow pitch-like.
Yeah.
This one high in the air to the shortstop, running in to make the grab. The last second, that was Miley Keller.
First two have been retired. Back to the top of the order for Sarah Weatherford, who started off with a pop up to third, but has had 2 hits since and a run scored, 2 RBI.
First pitch Sarah sees. She holds back, and it's a ball. Reeve Waddell is in, and she's trying to encourage her defense to also shift a little bit as they're anticipating a slap from Weatherford. 2-0. 3-0. Oh, man, he threw his hand up, and I thought he was going to call a late strike there. It had too much.
Wrong hand.
Yeah. 3-0 pitch, and it's ball 4. So after recording 2 outs pretty quickly there, a walk is issued to Weatherford.
And again, the second catcher of the day, Julia Grody, will bat. Her second at bat.
And this one turned on, hit into left field. It's dropping in front of Squirts. It's going to run down that line. Taking third base easily is Sarah Weatherford, and up at second base is Grody.
Yes.
We had Sam Grady earlier.
Yep.
And Grody now.
Yep, so Grody, we'll give her a single. She goes to second as they were paying attention to the runner going to third.
Late strike call on Abigail Mooney on the outside. Not a bad pitch to start her off with. 2 runners in scoring position. Good person to have at the plate. This one lined into left field. It's going back, and this one is down at the wall. Here comes one run, and now another. Grody comes around to score, so she trades places with Grody out at second base. 2 runs come across to give Silex the 14-1 lead. That one was just short of a home run.
Yeah, just dropped behind Squirts at the base of the fence. And another 2 come across. Ooh.
Swing and a miss by Twellman. Taking third base is Abigail Mooney. She kind of got a late jump there as well. A good snap throw from Carmen Wilburn. 0-1. And the runner at third base. This one runs inside. Nearly catches Twellman. She just hops out of the way. 1-1.
Fouled off her foot.
Yeah. She rolled over that one as that ball was running inside. Like to bring Mooney home and extend this inning. 1-2 the count. The next pitch. Swung on and missed. She gets the strikeout. We are headed to the top of the 5th inning. 14-1. Silex leads Van Far on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports, brought to you by J. Roberts Jewelry, Pike County Title Company, and Gambino's Eatery.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Top of the 5th inning. Olivia Mailer still in the circle for Silex. It's senior night. 14-1 is our score. We're down near the bottom of the lineup once again for Van Far.
Hutchison, Utterback, and the pitcher spot in the 9 spot. And Van Far needs 4 runs for this game to carry into the bottom of the 5th inning.
First pitch to Hutchinson is way outside for ball 1. Trying to extend this ball game. Swung on, foul tip. And stays in front of the catcher and is tossed back. 1-1.
Just got a piece.
Our catcher, Julia Grody. 1-1. Ooh, there we go. He made the call. I was like, man, that one was close too. 1-2.
Yeah, kind of carried Grody's glove out of the zone a little bit, but long enough in there to get the call from our home plate umpire.
Mailer looking to close the door on this ball game on senior night. This one grounded foul, split between her legs. Oh. So I think that maybe she thought that she was going to get first base on that one.
Yeah, you don't get hit by a pitch when you hit yourself with the pitch.
Yeah. So she'll step back into the batter's box with a 1-2 count.
Ooh, that was close.
Missing that outside. That was close to the pitch from earlier that we were thinking could have went either way. So that evens things up, 2-2. Mailer's trying to come back here. The next, this one lined down the third baseline off the glove of Maddie Isom.
Is that a fair ball or a foul ball?
Nobody has said anything.
I'd throw to first.
I would too.
Yep, I think he may have verbally made the call.
Both of her feet were in fair territory, it looked. So, all right. Well, they'll try 2-2 again.
Yeah.
No one's going to question it.
Yep. It's been an interesting game.
It truly has. 3-2. Started off the game with what we presumed would be strike one.
Yeah.
Carly Ellis was removed from the game, and it was not strike one.
And the next pitch we won't see.
Ball 4.
Thanks, buddy. Walk issued to Hutchison. So she struck out and walked, and Elliot Utterback will be the batter. Actually, no, she won't. Yeah, she will.
Yes.
my
There's
mistake.
been some changes on both sides. Yeah. So it looks like they do have a pinch runner that came in. And I didn't catch her number when she came in. I believe it was 2, maybe. Mariah Maggard. Either way, runner on first base, no outs. This one popped out of play. It's going to find the cakes. It's going to find the cakes. I hope somebody caught it.
$10,000 worth of cakes.
Could be yours. In return,
wait.
You sponsor Project Prom.
Yeah, we shouldn't have mentioned that before the end of the game because April still has time to get here and bid on those.
This one lined into right field. It's going to get down. Sarah Weatherford's the one that's going to pick it up as it was veering more towards right center. Runners at first and third, and that's a long single for Elliot Utterback.
So first and third, nobody out, and Van Far a little chance to make some noise here in the late innings, and the batter's going to be Michaela McCurdy, the pitcher. Her first at bat.
We'll see if anybody is going to take second base. As Mailer comes set, was a little hesitant there. Swung on and missed, taking second base is Utterback. They're going to toss back to third base, not in time.
Pitch was a strike. She grounded, actually, this is her first at bat. The 9 spot grounded out to third. That was Jones.
2 runners in scoring position and no outs. 1-1 to even the count up as that pitch ran too far outside. We do have quite a few folks in attendance tonight.
Yeah, it's packed.
This one inside, catches the corner. Oh, nope, he's saying 2-1.
Yep.
He's not very vocal.
No.
He gives us some signals, and they're usually a little delayed. 2-1. This one hit sharply to the first baseman. Good backhand by Twellman. She's going to get the force out at first. Toss it across the diamond to the try to get her at third. Not in time. 1 run does come across the score for Van Far, making the score now 14-2.
That's a great backhand there from our second first baseman of the day, Kylie Twellman.
She made that look effortless.
Yeah.
Either way, out number 1 is recorded. And we're back to the top of the lineup for Kayla Heaton. She had a ground ball back to the pitcher her last at bat. This time she's swinging first pitch, and it is fouled back to the screen. Runner at third base is Utterback. This one poked down that right field side, and it is foul.
By about 3 foot.
Right off the end of the bat. 0-2.
You know, it's kind of weird seeing Nikki Carroll playing without her ball cap on.
Oh, my gosh, she almost always has it.
Yeah.
And she goes to all the baseball games. She always has it on, too. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Olivia Mailer. Down to their last out. And the Van Far Lady Indians is 14-2 is our score. It'll be up to Carmen Wilburn.
Second strikeout of Heaton by Mailer this afternoon. Carmen hit a ball hard to the shortstop, reached on an error last time up.
She looks at ball one from Mailer. Silex trying to close this one out.
They've got some wiggle room.
Big swing there from Carmen. Timing was a little bit off. But when she gets a hold of one, she has a really nice swing and has some power behind it.
She's been on base both times today, but doesn't have a hit to show for it. Error and a walk.
1-1. This one hit hard through that 5-6 hole. It's going to find its way to left field, and a run's going to come across to score, making our score 14-3. An RBI single for Carmen Wilburn.
See, I just
you spoke it into existence.
Nudged it into the being, and she'll come out replaced by courtesy runner Miss Cranston again.
And it'll be Miley Keller at the plate. She's hit the ball both times.
Lydiana. I think I've got all the syllables in the right place now for Cranston. This one lifted.
Popped high to the second baseman. There to make the catch is Carroll. Silex closes this ball game out 14-3 on senior night. We'll break this one down next in the postgame show on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up.
Lynn's Heritage House isn't your average senior living facility. At Lynn's, residents have an abundance of social and recreational activities, including trips to the Twin Pike Family YMCA, numerous craft projects, and even the occasional day trip around Pike County. As a resident, you can enjoy the same independent lifestyle you've always enjoyed, but with the peace of mind knowing that help is available when needed. For more information, visit Lynn's Heritage House, 800 Kelly Lane in Louisiana, or online at lynsheritage.com.
Ackles Farm Market has locally produced beef, pork, and honey. Stop in for your farm fresh cut ribeye, New York strip, sirloin steaks, fillets, stew meat, ribs, ground beef, snack sticks, and all beef hot dogs. While there, stock up on homegrown fruits and vegetables as well. Open every day, 9 to 7. Ackles Farm Market, just off Highway 54 between Louisiana and Pittsfield.
When you're looking for a taste of Italy in Pike County, visit Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana, just a block from the riverfront on 3rd and Georgia. Create your own pasta dish. Experience the Gambino family recipe meatballs in a toasted garlic bun. Or enjoy some Italian wine with friends while indulging in cannoli dip with cinnamon sugar chips. Italian-American cuisine that's sure to tantalize your taste buds. Gambino's Eatery, 3rd and Georgia, downtown Louisiana.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
Silex over Van Far this afternoon, 14-3 on Silex senior night. Had some little bursts from Van Far, but the pitching was the big story in this one. Silex had it, Van Far didn't. A lot of walks in that first inning for Silex, 7 runs on 2 hits. The rest came around via the walk, and you just don't win many ball games like that.
No, we mentioned in the pregame show that, you know, how a team performs really does start in the circle, and what's your battery look like, because you're going to have those tough situations, and how do you respond? And so whenever you're struggling in the pitcher circle, it just doesn't help with the rest of the team either, especially when you see those walks. people get flat-footed. It's just how it goes. And so going to have to be able to make some of those adjustments in the circle from this season and to next as there's still time to make some corrections, but still got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, ask Greg Maddox. You can pitch without velocity, but you need to hit the strike zone. It just wasn't there.
Right. Yeah, I was a junk ball pitcher, and the biggest thing is like, can you hit your spots? It's great that you have velocity, but if you're just throwing something down the middle, it just takes some timing. But if you can hit your spots and spin the ball and change things up on people and play to their weaknesses and your strengths, that's when you see people become very, very effective, and I don't think that they were around the zone enough to become effective today.
14-3 our final. Silex over Van Far. We'll wrap up this postgame for you after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports, brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Bill Allen Auction Services, and Knight Equipment Company.
Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products found in the local concession stands, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. If you are wanting something other than soda, enjoy Bubbler, Klarbrunn Water, Lipton Teas, Gatorade, and more. Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing MercBK Mobile. With the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account, you'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, State Farm Agents, Pepsi, and Ackles Farm Market.
14-3 our final in 5 innings. Silex over Van Far. For Silex, 14 runs on 9 hits. And a lot of walks drawn in this one. So they were they really didn't even have to be that disciplined. They were actually at one point throwing everybody in the dugout out there to try and make odds, but kept pouring on runs. 3 runs on 3 hits for Van Far, and those came in the final 2 innings after they shut out over the first 3. They're doing the senior night festivities, and that reminds us of the start of the game with Carly Ellis going on there and throwing her probably one and only pitch this season, so good story there.
Yeah, she definitely had a comeback to make this year, and so it's unfortunate, especially right before your senior year, your senior softball season, you tear your ACL, have to have surgery, but coming out today and throwing 1 pitch, that's awesome and something that definitely everybody here was moved by to see her go out and do.
So the win goes to Olivia Mailer, the loss taken by Reeve Woodall, and the final score in this one in 5 innings, 14-3. We've got football coming up on Friday night. We'll have, I believe, the on-air game is Bowling Green at South Callaway.
Yes.
Online, we'll have Louisiana against Mark Twain. Louisiana in some flux, but looking to get to 500. Mark Twain looking for their first win of the season. Bowling Green, of course, looking to make it to 6-0, while South Callaway snuck over that 500 mark last week against the Louisiana Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was a good game at 50-42
yeah,
final
it
score.
was a back and forth, went down to the final horn for sure. So those are our matchups tonight. Bowling Green at South Callaway and Louisiana at home against Mark Twain. And the pregames for both those games will start at 6:30 right here on Eagle 102 and KJFMradio.com. For Maddie, I'm Mark saying we'll see you for more softball next week on Eagle 102.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at KJFMradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from your area sports leader, KJFM Radio. Broadcasting from the KJFM Radio Barn at 102.1.